Alright, we're going to clean a Frieze carpet in the living room. We're actually doing some other rooms. We'll video what we can, depending on the lighting and everything. We put down our pre-spray. And we'll go ahead and go. It's got a lot of, this is all traffic from the front door.
It's an old worn out carpet.
Yeah, it's been down a while.
It's still a carpet you can live on, but it's old. It's seen its better days. I imagine this carpet's 15 years old.
You can see where the sofas have been and everything. So we'll try to get this blended together, but you probably will still see a little bit of difference. A lot of this is going to be some damage to the fibers, so it's going to, you can clean the fibers, you just can't fix the damage, and so they're going to look different. AJ, take the top off your Oreck. He left the dust cover on. There's not a lot of color stains in here. There's a little red stain right there, and we did spray that with ammonia. And there's like a greenish stain right in there. So a lot of that we can lighten it. Hopefully we'll get it all the way out. I can tell these are going to be fun.
Well, when we're done, there'll be a lot cleaner. We'll absorb a lot of stuff into this called Bonnet, so their kids can crawl around on the floor. And that's usually what people want to have kids. They want their kids to be safe.
Alright.
And you can see it lining up. We already told the customers that we don't know what's going to happen in the darker areas. It's permanent color loss to the carpet, so the dirt will come out. When you get the dirt out, the color loss will be what remains. But it's just an old worn carpet. It's still to live on, but it's old.
Alright, and these should be dry in about an hour when we get done. So it's a lot better. We still have a lot of people that tell us how they had someone come out and clean their carpets and they were wet for 2 or 3 days even, and that's not going to help you at all. That's going to bring up stuff from down below the carpet. As it dries, it's going to pull it to the top. So one reason that on a really dirty carpet we like to stick with this method, because you're not going to have after effects as it dries. Alright, and the orbital motion is going to be cleaning all sides of the fibers. So it's not just going around in a circle, it's also orbiting. So it's able to lift the nap up and clean each fiber independently, and it does clean all the way to the base of the carpet.
It's cleaning at 30 orbits per second. It's completely cleaning it all around the fiber, yeah. 30 orbits per second. It's fast.
Then when we finish this room, we'll probably put down like a 6% peroxide.
Yeah, it may help lighten something up.
And that'll help lighten some of the stuff a little bit. So there's no peroxide down yet.
Yeah, a lot of it's coming out, but it's still damaged carpet, but all the dirt will come out.
Well, when you get carpets like these, basically what you do is you clean and then you go on to another area. You may have to come back on some areas and hit them again. And sometimes we put down a little more pre-spray, that'll help too.
Yeah, sometimes you can do the first cleaning, then you can respray it and clean it again. The first spraying, if you put it down right, it gets all the dirt to float to the surface. And then the second one, it'll get down a little deeper than the first one did. I may clean this spot just to try to make a difference. If it don't come out good the first time.
So we're cleaning some of the rooms in the house. There's a room in here we're not cleaning. So we're going to do this living room, and then everything else is down the hall.
Now we live in a small city in Texas. Of course, I don't say the name of where we live on YouTube. I don't want a bunch of people trying to drive out. But we're the only people probably in 150, 200 square area that does this. We're the only people that do this sort of cleaning. Everyone else uses a truck mount, which we don't have nothing against, but we don't want to get the carpet soaking wet for people. Then they'll have more stains when it dries up and the stuff comes up from the surface. It'll just make it worse.
Yeah, once he's out of here, I'm going to mist everything with peroxide. Now, the nice thing about peroxide is you just spray it and leave it, because as it slowly breaks down and evaporates, it doesn't harm anything, but it does lighten things. It's a safe, it's not a bleach, but it acts similarly. It lightens and brightens synthetic materials and natural materials. So we don't want to put it down before we clean, because we're going to take most of it up. We want to put it down as an after spray. Yeah, when you get a carpet like this, what you have to do is you just have to just keep working on it slowly. Hit the dark areas a little bit, and then, you know, go back to your light areas and work on them and come back to the dark areas.
And you can't get them all.
Yeah, and then you also realize on a lot of carpets like this, you're not going to get 100% removal of the dark area. It's going to have that dingy look to it. And when you start looking at fiber damage and everything, you're not going to correct that with the cleaning. So
now the real dark areas, I'll put a heavier, wetter freeze spray down, so when it dries and the dampness dries out, it will look lighter, because a lot of the dampness will dry out.
Yeah, after it's fully dry, it'll be lighter than it is now.
And this is going to be a candidate for a double cleaning. I'm going to clean this and I'm going to clean it again, because I try to get the most I can to help the customers out. So we'll respray and reclean. And we don't mind it, because we want to make it as perfect for the people that live here as we can.
Okay. We're going to keep working on this, and I'm going to pause the camera, because it's going to be a slow progress, but I'll come back and we'll show you once we get a little bit more of this out before we go to another room. So stay tuned. Okay. He's going through this the second time on the darker areas. And we pretty much stripped all the dirt off the fibers. What's left is just, this is just the carpet that's the fibers that are deteriorated and have a little damage to them. They're just not going to look the same. And this area here, where you can see a sofa's been sitting, that carpet's untouched. So it's in brand new condition. This carpet's worn, so there's always going to be a color difference.
A little bit. Now, we blended a lot of these in the past. I mean, sometimes if you go after them, you can blend them. It actually looks like it is sort of coming out more and more as I go over it.
You just spend a little more time on them when they're like this.
Give them some love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you are not going to get them to look 100% brand new unless they're within a couple years old. Otherwise, you're going to always have some wear. But that red stain that was in here is gone.
I don't know where it's
See.
I never saw it. I just went over everything and never even seen the stain.
The green stain's more out, but it's still along the baseboard just a little bit. I'm going to retreat that.
On all those things.
Yeah. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, because the other rooms we're not going to have the lighting that we need for the camera. So we'll just do this living room on camera and do the rest off. But hope you enjoyed the video. And check the video description for links and for any information. And then till next time, thanks for watching.
Adios.